Today marks a celebration of sorts for cannabis supporters, as April 20th, 420, is known as Weed Day in that subculture. And as we found out from two high-profile figures on opposite sides of the fight to legalize marijuana, there are highs and lows to the debate. With what could be one of the hottest cash crops of the 21st century, America's marijuana supporters have a lot to celebrate on this 420 holiday. 30 states have legalized some form of medical marijuana, and 9 of those states, including the District of Columbia, allow adults 21 and older to use pot for recreation.
This is a great opportunity to have a conversation about safety, justice, and actually doing what works.
Maryland gubernatorial candidate and former NAACP president Benjamin Jealous says he would like to see cannabis legal for both medicinal and recreational uses, at least in the state of Maryland. He says it's common sense regulation that can solve several problems all at once. He's speaking at the National Cannabis Policy Summit taking place today at the museum. Other speakers promoting pro-cannabis legislation include D.C. Attorney General Karl Racine and political advocate Grover Norquist.
We know that when you legalize cannabis for adult use, violence goes down in your cities. We know that jobs get created. We know that you get to end decades of racial injustice, and that you get to increase funds for things like education while spending less on incarceration.
But former Obama administration drug policy advisor Dr. Kevin Sabet says slow down. We are in danger of repeating mistakes from the past.
And if we're not careful, we're going to be looking at this in 30 years and saying, you know, we just repeated big tobacco. We just repeated big pharma. We know how this ends. Massive special interest groups funding campaigns, funding all kinds of things in order to, basically make money, which is what all of this is about.
Sabet says legal marijuana for any reason is extremely dangerous, and money for similar initiatives never go to schools like promised.
I just can't see where this would go for marijuana. It's not going to fund schools. I'm still waiting for alcohol and tobacco to fund schools in Baltimore, and we're going to be waiting a long time to see anything from that. We've never seen anything from that. In fact, social justice is going the opposite way because we know where the pot shops are going to be located. They're in poorer communities of color. They are not in the upper class white communities. The people making money off this are basically rich white guys.
Both agree that criminal penalties related to marijuana use need reform.
And that's why I'm proud to be out here saying that it's time for Maryland to finally legalize cannabis for adult use. Whenever we make our criminal justice system more just, we also have to apply that standard retroactively. There's a lot of families that have been broken up by laws that are enforced disproportionately against black and brown people.
We don't want people to go to prison for pot or have a arrest record in their background. Let's get rid of those. Let's reform our criminal justice system. Legalization is the wrong way to do that.
Sabet's organization is called SAM, Smart Approaches to Marijuana. They are also holding an event today. It's separate from Benjamin Jealous's event. It's at the National Press Club. Participants include former Congressman Patrick Kennedy, church pastors, and experts from NIH. And tomorrow, for all of the cannabis supporters out there, the 2018 National Cannabis Festival is happening at RFK Stadium. The music lineup includes the Backyard Band, Cypress Hill, Risa Renee, and many more. Tickets are $35 and large crowds are expected, so beware if you live around that area or drive around that area. They are expecting more than 7,000 people to attend.